Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sitija Monage. I make videos related to the GRE and just other grad school related things, and today we're talking about the new ETS GRE. From the ETS website, on September 22nd, 2023, the GRE general test will be shortened from just under 4 hours to under 2, and will report scores faster, helping you submit your applications sooner. Alright, so I've gone through all of the ETS information online and summarized all the important changes so that you don't have to. Let's talk about some of the changes. So this shorter test is going to be less than 2 hours long, making it the shortest of all general skills or general tests for admission to graduate programs, graduate and professional programs. So, it's shorter than the GMAT Focus, the LSAT, and actually it has 46 fewer verbal reasoning and quantitative reasoning questions, helping reduce test fatigue. And actually, one of the biggest changes for this GRE is that there's only one analytical writing essay versus two in the current one. And actually, it measures the same skills and features with the same exact question type. So if you've already started prepping, then they say you're in great shape, just like I have it on the screen. So let's actually talk about some of the differences. So the duration, obviously, I've mentioned that specifically it's 3 hours and 45 minutes, and then the new one is going to be 1 hour and 58 minutes. In the old one, we had two analytical writing essay tasks, and we only have one in the new one. And back in the day, so after September 22nd, 2023, you don't have to worry about this, but in the old version, there were 40 questions of verbal reasoning. Now there are only 27. And the same goes for the quantitative section. And also in the old section, there was this one unscored section that they used as as kind of a testing section. So for example, I had to do 3 mathematics sections, and I didn't know which one was going to be scored. So I don't think this is the case for the new ones. They're kind of removing this experimental section. So now there is no unscored section with 20 questions. And then also, in the old GRE test, you would have to wait at least 10 to 15 days to get your score reports back, and now you just have to wait 8 to 10 days, so a significantly shorter time. Now scheduling a test. Actually, the scheduling process hasn't changed at all. I'll drop the link down below in the description. All you have to do is click on that link, and then it'll take you to the ETS website where you can click on the button, schedule your test. So now let's actually talk about the timing differences for the new test. So if you take a look on your screen, you can see there are 4 columns: the current GRE general test, the number of tasks per question, and then the total time, and then you have the shorter GRE test with the number of tasks and questions, and then the total time. So for the analytical writing essay, there were 2 essays, which took 60 minutes. Now, obviously, with just 1 essay, it'll be half the time, 30 minutes. And for the quantitative section, there used to be 40 questions in 70, but now it's 27 questions in 47 minutes. And then for the verbal reasoning, it used to be 40 questions in an hour. Now it's still proportional, so it's 27 questions in 41 minutes. And then the unscored section, it used to vary in time, but now, as I mentioned, there's no such thing. You don't have to worry about that. So now for some common questions that are listed on the ETS FAQ. Does shortening the test mean that we have less time to answer each question? And they say no. Even though the number of questions are reduced, the time available is proportional to the number of questions. So you should have about the same time for each question. And then, as I've mentioned before, the analytical writing section is only going to have 1 essay. And specifically, if you remember, there are 2 in the old one. It's the analyze an issue and the analyze an argument. This time they're dropping the analyze an argument task. So in the new GRE, it's just an analyze an issue. And then the actual question numbering. So I've mentioned the writing section, the reading section. So the first time you go in, it'll have 12 questions in 21 minutes. And then the second section with the quantitative reasoning is going to have 15 questions with 26 minutes. It's a little bit shorter for the verbal, so 12 questions that you'll have to complete in 18 minutes, and then 15 questions in 23 minutes. So again, that's how we get that total of 1 hour and 58 minutes. Now you might be thinking, if we're taking half of the exam, shouldn't it cost half the price? Well, apparently not. So it's still going to run you about $220, which is rather expensive, but they are seeming to be keeping that price, even though the GRE now itself is half as long. And how many times can I take the shorter GRE? Well, you can take it every 3 weeks and up to 5 times with any continuous rolling 12-month period. And then another question is, are there changes to the official score report for the shorter GRE? And the answer is no. It's all completely the same. So you could expect that old scores and new scores are completely comparable. And then, will there be changes to the way scoring is done? So the scoring process for all 3 measures will not change. However, obviously your analytical writing section will be based on your performance on the 1 essay task rather than 2. And then, how long are these score reports reportable? Well, GRE score reports are reportable for 5 years following your test date. So you could apply to another graduate program within 5 years and you don't have to take the GRE again. And how will test preparation differ for the shorter GRE? This one's important. Very little will change. Both tests have the same content and question types. The only difference is that the shorter test will not have the analyze and argument essay task as part of the analytical writing section. And speaking of test preparation, if you're thinking about taking the GRE, I would highly recommend you watch this video, which details exactly which books to use so that you can achieve your best score. And if you have any comments or questions after watching that video, you can drop them down below in that video or this one, and I definitely will respond to you and get back to you. And yeah, of course, in this video as well, if you have any questions, please drop them down below and I'll make sure to respond to them. And that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that helped kind of clear the air and make some more sense out of what's happening to this new GRE version. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more grad school related content, and I'll see you in the next one.